Hello, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be going over how I think Obama could have won a third term in the presidency for the United States. Now, obviously, if he ran for a third term, again, this is hypothetical. It's not legal, but he probably would have gone against Donald Trump, the nominee for 2016, and obviously president from 2016 to 2021, actually. But sorry. He also would have gone against Mike Pence, which pretty much takes out what he made competitive in his first term as president, and actually won the state of Indiana. And it went to Mike Pence and Donald Trump by a safe margin in 2016. So it's going to be a lot of. It might not be exactly how politics were trending, but that's because usually presidents don't run for a third term because it's illegal. Now, before I get right into this, only 50% of you guys are subscribed, so if you like seeing videos like this, just subscribe. If you like these kind of videos, please show me your support. I will gladly take it. If you don't like it, dislike the video. I don't need you. All right? Now, we're going to be getting in over... This is going to be a long video, okay? Sorry. Washington, the color in Washington right now means safe blue. It's dark blue. That means 15 points or more for the Democratic candidate. This is likely blue, 7 points or more for the Democratic candidate. Lean blue, 2 points or more. Tilt, under 2 points. Solid red, safe red, 15 points or more for the Republican candidate. Likely red, 7 points or more. Lean red, 2 points or more, and under 2 points. Tilt. Now, obviously, Obama did very well in the Rust Belt in his first and second term, but so did Donald Trump in his first term. So, and this would be Donald Trump's first term if he won this election. Again, I don't think he would have. I'm going to let you know right now, the end result of this map I'm filling in will be Barack Obama winning. But yes, I do think Obama would have safely won the states of Washington, Oregon, California, New York, Vermont, Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island, New Jersey, Delaware, Joe Biden's home state, Maryland, and D.C. I do think he would have safely won his home state of Illinois, and I do think he would have safely won, actually, his birth state of Hawaii, I think. So, and I do think he would have won Maine's first district safely. I don't think you can see me flipping to the actual map. And obviously, Obama did very well in swing states in both of his terms. However, again, Trump did as well. I do think, now this is, again, this hypothetical scenario, I do think Donald Trump still would have won Ohio and Iowa. I think he would have flipped both of those states for the Republican Party in 2016. He did very well here when he won both of these by 8 points. Obama did very well in both of these states. Actually, he didn't do too well in Ohio, but Obama did very well in Iowa. At both times, it was considered to be one of those states that were probably going to end up being safe blue, along with the rest of the Rust Belt. Now that is no longer the case, and Donald Trump has definitely fast-tracked that plan for the Republican Party to take over the Rust Belt. Now, this was 2016. This was also a time where the Sun Belt wasn't very competitive. So note that if you aren't happy with my prediction, let me know what you think in the comments below. I do think that oh, sorry, I didn't mean to fill these two in here. Actually, yeah, no. Sorry, I'm going through two different tabs right now. One, I have the map fully filled in so I can explain why, and the other one, I have this one, the video one. Now, with Mike Pence on Donald Trump's side, I do think Indiana would have moved into the safe column for the Republican Party. It usually was before Obama was a candidate in 2008, and I do think that it would go back to this with Mike Pence being there. Mike Pence is not a beloved figure in Indiana, but he is a figure of Indiana, and that does help the Republican Party here. Now, I also think the Republican Party would have safely won Kentucky, West Virginia, Tennessee, and Alabama. Now, obviously, I'm not going to say Mississippi goes blue, but I will say it will be pretty competitive in this, not extremely competitive, but interestingly competitive. I think it would have been 6.5 points for Obama. This is the most African American populated state in the country. Obama was working on voter suppression towards the end of his second term. There was if you don't know, there's a lot of voter suppression in Mississippi. And while it is a Republican state at heart, he did end up making it decently under 15-point competitive in his first two terms and flipped it more so towards the left in his second term. And I think he would have continued doing that in 2016, heavily relying on his black base. I think the black vote would have turned out for him just as much as they did in 2008. Obviously, there was a drop off between 2008 and 2012 between black voters, but most of them thought he was going to win a second term. It was not very competitive in 2012, or it looked a little competitive, but there was a lot of hope in 2008, and Barack Obama did fill in a lot of that hope as much as he could towards the end of his second term. And that would have heavily increased the turnout. And with Joe Biden on his side, he could have very well turned over some white voters for a third-term vote in Mississippi. I think it could have been not a swing state, but pretty competitive in Mississippi in 2016. Any other candidate, I would have said nothing. I would say, okay, Mississippi's safe or a little bit under 15 points. That's what I would have said. But Obama is the first African American president in history, half African American still. African American, that's funny. What not I it just so for the people know, I said African American, not African American. I said half with an H, okay? I just want to make that out. I don't want people to think I said black people are funny because they're black. That's not what I said. Okay, here's an interesting one. Montana. Montana, the state of Montana. Wow. I'm trying to get over my explanation in my head here. Montana was pretty competitive in 2008. It was only a 2-point difference between Obama turning that state blue, and that is one of the years where I believe a blue senator was elected in Montana. I think the Democrats would have held the Senate in 2016 as well, probably. But that's besides the point. Montana, I do think, would have been 12 points for Donald Trump. He caters very well to the middle west of the country, especially Wyoming. He did considerably well, even in just western states in general. He actually ended up moving Oregon under. He actually only lost Oregon by 11 points. That's anything under 10, I'd say, is a competitive margin. So yeah, this was 2016. I don't think it's any debate that I say Texas would go by around the same margin it did for Obama that it did for Hillary Clinton. Maybe it's like 7 points instead of 9, but it still would have been a likely margin. Texas was not its time in 2016. Beto O'Rourke should not have run at that time, but now is a better time than ever for Democrats to come full out force for Texas. But I'm not going to get into that. Texas is an extreme opportunity for the Democrats in 2024, and they should take that opportunity and smear it in the Republicans' faces. But same thing with the Rust Belt in 2024 with the Republicans. There is so many opportunities for each party. It's going to be a really hard race to predict, but I will try my best to predict it in 2022 and 2024. Enough sponsoring my later videos. Actually, one more. I predicted the 2020 election 100% correctly. I know I say that in every video, but I'm very, very, very proud of it. I was better than Red Eagle Politics at it. I was better than Let's Talk Elections at it. I was better than Purple Politics predictions at it. I was better than everyone at it. No one predicted it 100% correct. Maybe a few people off the grid, but I was the only one that publicly predicted the 2020 election. All right, sorry. Back to the video. Kansas and Missouri, I do think would have been uh decently competitive. I think Missouri would have been around 6.5. Nah. See, Obama lost a lot of support in Missouri towards the end of his first term. So, there was a time for Missouri to come back as a swing state. Yes, it used to be a swing state, but now it's just not not really competitive. Almost safe Republican state. Kansas, now I could see Kansas going. Now, see, Kansas has white people though, like a lot of white people. Doesn't really have a good black turnout potential there. Hence why it wasn't really competitive in 2008. But yeah, Kansas and Missouri probably would have gone by around like 10 points each for Donald Trump. Now, I do think South Carolina would have been a lean margin. Again, like Mississippi, this whole Louisiana to South Carolina, again, people do wonder why this is a huge black population, but why it's so Republican. This actually used to be a slave route from Louisiana to South Carolina. It was a slave route. It was a whole thing. So someone said that in a video, and now I know why. So I figured I'd let other people know as well. Actually, Louisiana would be a little bit under 15 points. Sorry, I don't know why I didn't put that earlier. I didn't have that on my other map. Sorry about that. Yeah, but yeah, South Carolina. As you know, it's eyed as one of the next swing states in the future elections, but not currently. South Carolina has a lot of potential, just like Georgia. But Democrats, I do think they locked down Georgia for a long time. Uh, yeah. Barack Obama, I don't think he would have won Georgia. I really don't. I think it would have been a tilt margin. I think he almost could have flipped Georgia. I think he definitely would have done it in a fourth term, but I'm not going to get into that unless this video becomes popular. Georgia, I do think, would have been on the level of Ohio and Iowa in this election. Oh, wow. I just burped. Wow, ooh, that was a good one. All right, yeah, Georgia, I do think would have been a little competitive, not really. Now in 2016, the John McCain effect in Arizona after Bill Clinton, yeah, no, Bill Clinton flipped Arizona, and then John McCain came around and made it way less competitive. Uh, and then that effect started to wear off for the next two elections. And I do think that Barack Obama would have lost Arizona, but it would have been around 2 points for Donald Trump winning here. I don't think it'd be under 2 points. I do think it would be 2 points, though. Just barely a lean characterization for Arizona here. Uh, there was a lot of talk about Arizona in 2016. There was way more talk about Arizona in 2020, and I have never characterized Arizona for the Republican Party in any of my predictions. But in 2016, I would have. I will give you that one. Colorado, New Mexico, Virginia. Obviously, Obama's a better candidate than Hillary Clinton, and these states didn't even really like Hillary Clinton that much. They liked Obama. Obama would have done better. It's as simple as that. Colorado, New Mexico, and Virginia would have gone for Obama by a likely margin. So in Nevada, Nevada is a high turnout state. They know they're competitive. They didn't flip at all towards any side, not even like they moved like 0.0017 points towards the Republican Party this year, and that's just because there was more turnout and there has to be some kind of move. There was no move. The only reason Biden won Nevada was because of the white vote he had. Hillary Clinton did not have as much white vote as Biden did, and the white vote makes the majority of the electoral vote. Now, with that said, I do think the only reason Barack Obama would win in 2016 is because of Biden. Biden needs the white vote in the Rust Belt states, and that's what's going to bring him to the win in this map. I do think North Carolina would have been a good year for Donald Trump. I think he would have won it by the same margin. I don't think Obama would have worked that much here. Uh, Again, the state flipped against him in 2012 from 2008, and I don't think Obama would have had that much hope for North Carolina. Now, with that being said, I think he would have wasted a lot of time in Florida. I do think he would have lost Florida by a similar margin to Georgia, around 2 points, or a little bit under 2 points. Or actually, no, like it would be like Al Gore, Bush kind of level between Florida again. This would have been a weird year for Florida, just like it was in 2016. Florida, no one saw it coming. It is now a tiny lean to the Republicans. I will definitely give them that. They did a very good job. They did very good in Florida. I don't know why I'm going through how the Democrats did in 2016. I need to go over how Obama would have done in 2016. This is still my prediction, by the way. I'm not just spouting off completely. I do think Alaska would have been a little bit under 15 points. Same reason Hillary didn't campaign at all in Alaska, because she's not an idiot. You're just gonna kind of hope that states that are for one party kind of like slowly shift towards your side without campaigning. Because if you campaign in a state that probably won't change for a long time, you're wasting time in competitive states that you can flip. So obviously, it's going to be a while before Alaska, South Carolina flip towards the Republicans, Democrats. I meant. I do think now that Texas is within that 5 point margin, I do think Texas will go to the Democrats. Uh, obviously not in this prediction. I do think Obama would have won Minnesota by a likely margin. Uh, it was a tilt margin in 2016. Hillary did horrible here compared to Obama's performance in 2008 and 2012. Again, she was just a bad candidate. She really was. She was a horrible, horrible candidate. I don't like her that much. She did bad. Obama, on the other hand, would have won the entire Rust Belt by competitive margins. They were not so competitive, but with Donald Trump being here, he would have made it competitive, and Republicans probably would have won in 2020 with Obama winning a third term, unless he ran for another one. I do think, again, the Rust Belt is basically like one competitive state with sides you hope that turn out more. So it's like it was one long boy state. So yeah, New Hampshire I think would have been a likely margin again. It was the closest state that Hillary Clinton won. Actually, it was the closest state in 2016. It really was. It went by the same amount of percentage towards Hillary as Michigan went towards Trump. But as you know, there's way less people in New Hampshire, so that's why. Obama just does well in New England. I'm surprised. I do think he would have won Maine at large as well. I do think that despite Barack Obama doing extremely well in Maine's second district, I do think Trump also did very well in this district. I do think that he would have won it by a lean margin. So, and I do think that he would have won Nebraska's second district by a lean margin as well. So there you have it. For the third term, I think Obama would have had a slight win. Again, Trump was a very good candidate for 2016. Obama was a very good candidate for 2008. So obviously the Republicans would have done a little bit better when there's already been so much Democrat stuff going around. It's history. It flip-flops between the red and the blue as long as everyone can remember. That is how it's going to be for a very long time, unless one party, the Democrats, start winning the Rust Belt. Even if the Democrats win the Rust Belt and lose the Rust Belt, but just win Texas, just flip Texas now, they win by the same amount. I think Obama would have won by. So let's put this back in for the people that skip towards the end of the video, so they're not very confused. Yeah. was like that, and this was like that, and this was like that. And I don't know why I had Florida's lean. So yeah, this is how I think it would have gone for an Obama third term. I do think he would have won it. Now, let me know if you want an Obama fourth term video or any other scenario. I will gladly do one of these. These are very fun for me. I love doing these. Now, the next ones that come up, I'm not too experienced with 1900 politics, but I'm going to try my best to record some of them tonight. So let me know how those go as well. Again, only 55% of you guys are subscribed. So if you like this video, make sure to subscribe, and you'll definitely see more of that. Maybe a little Minecraft, but mostly politics. I love this kind of stuff, and it makes me happy. So thank you. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.